Hello everyone and welcome to another pick a card reading. Now I'm going a little bit against the astrology because Jupiter in Aries would like to invite me to try new things, but today I was really inspired to go back to the past and do pick a card readings as I used to do when I began my channel. So I always used to use pre-selected cards, so I never used to do the reading itself live because used to be a ritual, so the ritual takes a long time. But I kind of saw that those old readings of mine were much more inspirational than just the channeled one. So let's begin. You have the choice from three symbols: the Pentacle, the Mystic Palm, and the Dragon. So just take a couple of seconds and choose one of the symbols, one of the piles, and then we'll get to the interpretation. And of course, there are three cards from three different decks underneath, and I'm also going to be using a separate deck for clarifiers. So this is how the reading is gonna go. And also the subject of the reading, which I should have started the video with, well, it's just general guidance for the summer or for the present. It's better with Jupiter in Aries to keep a certain kind of freedom to it, so not really the Capricornian type of readings. So by now I'm sure that you have made your choice. So I'm gonna take the other piles away and just leave the first one, the Pentacle, if you've chosen the Pentacle. So this is again the Pentacle for everyone who has chosen the Pentacle symbol. So the oracle card was the Child of Fire. We also had the Lady of Pentacles reversed, and we had the Empress. Now the Child of Fire is actually quite a positive, quite an uplifting card, because this does depict that you might be a person who is, how should I say, either just took a leap of faith, took a huge freedom step, maybe you eliminated a certain kind of old but stale stability from your life, and you might not be sure right now if it was a good choice or a bad choice, if you're gonna be in the deep water this time around, or if things are definitely gonna be miraculously almost coming together, creating themselves, better speak, because maybe that was your impulse. That if you go and do this leap of faith or risk or project or investment or a relationship or going solo or whatever it was, for you this was like a big step because it took a lot of courage and there were so much things which would basically scare you away, because whatever the future promised you was the lack of stability. So you knew that it was gonna be totally unstable. And you're here, but I see that you're here, and the Lady of Pentacles reversed. Now this is where this can be your work, this can be your modus vivendi, which means your way of life, your everyday routines, the way you live your life basically. It can also be your income, your job, your health, anything that is material but is growing, so it's not static in nature. A job is growing, evolving. Sometimes you get more, sometimes you get less. Sometimes you need to invest more, sometimes less. Sometimes creativity, other times just following the rules. Health, that can be so very up and down in our lifestyles and the way we nourish ourselves. Our diet is also constantly changing. And the Lady of Pentacles, well, it can represent anything that grows and anything that lucrative, so including emotional nurture, because emotional nurture does reflect materially a lot of times. For example, what a mom feeds her family, cleanliness and sterilization in your house, order in your house, decorations in your house. So you can imagine that this Lady of Pentacles reversed represents that you're suffering right now the immediate effects of a life change or a leap of faith or a random spontaneous or the kind of new beginning where you really start with zero and something minimalistic. So the Lady of Pentacles, it's not really hard for you to embrace this new beginning or new life, new adventure, new risk, whatever it is that you started on, but neither is it as easy as you think, because the Lady of Pentacles reversed. This means that you simply need to adjust even neurologically, hormonally, in so very many different ways to a new reality. So blockages are definitely part of the deal. So it's not gonna be fast. That's what it, you might have a lot of success. You might be living the adventure big time. You might new connections, new income, even new offers, new a lot of new things, but you don't know yet how to how should I say, multitask all of the opportunities and all of the flow that is already active and in your life and coming your way. So basically, this is more like your body and also your value system, in a sense that how do you manage this? What is priority? What is not so much priority? You don't know this. Spirit cannot help you with this. Psychology, whatever it is that you used for this child of fire, well, it can't help you because it's just you and how your body and how the self gets used, accustomed to a different modus vivendi, basically. And the Empress. Now, this is where, for a lot of people, this is also profoundly healing. The Lady of Coins, the coins, should be reversed because as joyous, as beautiful, as so much good parts the old had, it just had to go away because it was already so very stale and bringing down your self-worth so much big time that no, it would have been beyond healing. So all of this happened for the Empress, the self-worth. Now if you're a female, this is where you will see now, as in you're already, the universe is showing you that you're not living the life of your mother, and your mother's failed either success in life, desires, dreams in life, relationship, or whatever it is that your mother, blamed herself on failing so hard, you're never gonna repeat it. You might have been fearing unconsciously that, yeah, let's just wait, I'll live the life of my mother, really. I'll do all the bad things that she was victim to, because maybe your mother was a really, really good and, how should I say, is a really good and exemplary person, but that doesn't mean she had a good life or she was treated the way she was deserving. So for a lot of people, this is a profound self-healing issue. Now, if you're a male, this Empress means something totally different. This is where you're accepting that your feminine qualities are really gold and they make you 10 million times more attractive and successful exactly within the ladies' sphere than who it is that you are managing your energy rationally almost. If you, the Lady of Pentacles, just let yourself to be totally free, and this is where allow your feminine energies to come online much stronger than they have ever been. This is where cooking, nurturing, arts, just soul talk, or doing something almost against your masculine nature and impulses. That's how you activate this energy. And it's not just profoundly healing. For if you're a male, this is very important for your work or career or your future, materially speaking. Why? I'm not 100% sure, but we can ask for a little bit of guidance, some clarifiers of any additional advice here for this pile. So we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, this is where society or your local community, or if it's a job, the environment or the industry itself is really, really blocking you and keeping you basically King of Wands. This is where, the King of Wands, this child of Wands once was the King of Wands. at the moment when you had to make that big choice, that big leap of faith, take that big risk, and just trust and believe in yourself. Now the King of Wands is not needed. The child is needed, because you done the hardest part. Now just somehow stabilize. But the Seven of Swords. Unfortunately, no one has good advice for you. Not your friends, not your social circle, not the industry, not gurus, not teachers, not trainers. This is where your instinct and your gut is the only truth here. And we have the Queen of Swords. Exactly, again, don't criticize, don't rationalize this, because you know that you took a risk, and you know that according to the Queen of Swords, this has to fail. You're in the deep water. This can no way turn into something stable, and yet the contrary has to happen. So if you keep listening to the Queen of Swords with the Seven of Swords, well, this King of Wands is gonna activate and turn against you and destroy all of this for you. So don't listen to the fears. It's not gonna be doom and gloom. And even if rationality points to the fact that you can no longer really be okay, because, you know, either money, either confidence, either psychology, either you're sad, either something. But look at this. The devil and death. You're free. The devil. The devil is this. The Queen of Swords. I'm not good enough. This cannot work. We live in the 21st century. We live in 2022. We live in a modern society. 10 million people have tried before me. It doesn't work because this is how businesses, social media, whatever. But this is what you have to forget. Because that died. That was true in your youth and until 30 if you're in the age. Now it's different. The devil is dead. You're free. This is exactly how your life is gonna work, and you better get used to just taking risks. I'm not saying foolish, idiotic, senseless risks, but this is when you have a deep calling in your heart that I want to paint this or create this or meet this person or do this and that or live this way, go to that place. You know, you have to follow it, because that's how your life is gonna be from now on. The impulse, the instinct, as instinct meets intuition and they embrace, that's when your truth is gonna become very, very clear in the spur of the moment, and that's when you know that you were divinely guided. And that doesn't mean go into the fray and jump. No. Just take the divine inspiration and do something with it at the right time, at the right pace, when you're not tired, when you're not hungry, when you're not lonely, whatever. Just don't forget it and don't discard it the way you always used to do. So I hope this helped. Thank you so much for listening, and bye for now. Hello everyone who has chosen the second pile, the Mystic Palm. So your oracle card was the Two of Fire, which in tarot is the Two of Wands, just that in this deck it does not follow the meaning of the tarot. Then you had the Wisdom Teacher, which in tarot would correspond to the Hermit. And you had the Dream Angel, which would correspond to the Star in tarot reversed. And the reason why you get two of these and the other piles didn't, it just jumped out, so I had to include it. And finally, the Ten of Swords in reverse position. Now, for you guys, this story is a bit bittersweet, because the Two of Fire. This is where it does not necessarily represent at first hand a romantic goal, desire, or something like that, but quite the contrary. To be single and stay single and make yourself a worthy, in any way, sense, shape, and form, psychologically, physically, value-wise, self-worth-wise, spiritually, in any way, shape, and form, to make yourself like someone who you would respect and someone who you would definitely be interested to have a partnership with. This was like a quantum inspiration for you. Maybe 2 years ago you got this, or 4 years ago perhaps, but ever since then you were doing this, making yourself as pure, as clean, as worthy, as valid, as powerful, as compassionate, as non-toxic, with no past issues as possible. Now, you see, the wisdom teacher, the hermit, well, you had to stay alone and you had to learn. You had to relearn all your life. You had to relearn, like, from zero. Like, even the very basic things that people, as in your family, of course, taught you in childhood, as in from 2 or 3 years of age. You know, your mindset, the core education, school, not to mention philosophy, religion, spirituality, your worldview, your mindset, your way of thinking, all of this was radically relearned, how should I even find an appropriate term for this? Recalibrated perhaps, or rebirthed, but almost like forcefully. Now the problem is that your success was astonishing. Like, your success was not just a spiritual awakening, but this is where you can truly say, maybe even physically, that you've been the caterpillar turning into a butterfly. And why I'm saying physically, maybe your aesthetic, your look, your body, something about you is totally, you can't even recognize your past self. And the past self is not 10 years, is maybe 2 years from now. Anyway, but the star reversed. When you got to be, when you're at this stage where you truly respect yourself, and you know, you say I'm damn hot. Like, it is almost impossible for me to be single now, and look at me. I'm like, this is where it's not other people rejecting me, I'm rejecting everyone obsessively. And that's because the star is reversed. Your dreams and hopes and everything is not the same when you started this. This is unfortunately a carrot on the stick. The universe is a little bit deceiving you. Because if you do this, if you purge, if you cleanse, if you heal yourself, if you are at least acknowledging all your traumas and how hard life was for you, and all the failed partnerships where the past partners transformed you into a really void person from within, because you were a genius, you were brilliant, you were the best partner that anyone could have ever wished for. You're like a prayer granted, and yet either you weren't appreciated, or that person was just so incompatible with you that you were literally wasted. So you healed all of those issues and you got your life back on track, and your spirituality now, well, that is the strongest part of your life, like a hermit. This is where you are a divine teacher already, one way or another, or in the training. But the Ten of Swords and the Star Reverse, this is where the goal was lost, the dream was lost. You might not even care about this anymore. You just care that you don't want to be single anymore. But now you don't want a partner which is even a tiny bit lower than yourself, because you don't have the life to waste anymore. If you don't find this person, then it's this. Then it's just dedicating yourself, to your life, and the divine. And I'm so sorry I did that gesture, but this is what you say to any quantum potential partner or any soulmate. Or this is where you're gonna wait about 2 months, and afterwards you are planning on something radical like this. And this is where you're not even living this in an intense way at all. You're living it in a surrender, peaceful way. And that's the dangerous part, because when you do that, the universe will accept this. You will lock it in. And perhaps the universe is not ready to be the only person in your life for you, if you know what I mean. The Chariot. Okay, this is where things are getting. And the Fool. Okay. Okay, I get it. I just need a couple more clarifiers. Okay, I think I have Two of Wands reversed. And let me just another one. Five of Wands reversed. Okay, this is telling you, and as much as I hate my readings and my work to be predictive, this is predictive. This is where, okay, the universe and everything, even your soul, even your spirit gets your situation absolutely fine. The future has changed, your life has changed, and of course your hope and dream is not gonna be. You don't just want a partner who respects you and loves you. No, that is dead. You don't want love, you don't want care, you don't want respect in as the primary goal of your relationship. You want passion, but not love, as in not romantic passion or lust. You want to work with this person and build something important for both of you. And if this person doesn't show up, you're gonna go solo. Because your mission or whatever you've been divinely guided with is way more important than any love or person. But before you do this, absolutely fine, listen to this. The Chariot. Either in the month of July, August, or the very beginning of September, you need to go on a journey. Either this is just a relaxation journey, a holiday like a seaside, or somewhere where is water, somewhere where is nature. Or this can be an invitation which you haven't received yet, but you will be invited to go either to the sea or something like that. And this is where something surprising might happen there which will change the whole picture. The Two of Wands reversed, as in you don't. This is upright, this is reversed. What does that mean? You haven't found the person yet, but wait after that journey. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Someone, something, and that something might be just an entity, a spirit, spiritual energy. Like if you go to the sea, it can be the sea, or Salacia, Neptune's wife, or so many energies are in nature. So, but I'm guessing it might be a person who will ignite your passions, but the surprise. And I really don't want to include this in my reading, but it might not be the type of person you expect or the gender you expect. So, there will be surprises there. And we have the Temperance and the Nine of Cups reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed. Well, the Nine of Cups reversed is when you're getting something, but it definitely doesn't match your expectations and not even your prayers, if that's an acceptable term, but you're still getting it. And the Temperance is gonna be whatever is gonna happen at that journey or excursion or trip or whatever, someone visiting you, maybe, surprise, it's gonna be transformative, profound. And the thing is, you don't know how all of this will look like after. Maybe the Hermit gives up, maybe this. So the landscape will change, so be patient. Thank you so much for listening and for your trust. Until next time, bye for now. So, hello everyone who has chosen the dragon. Your oracle card was unfortunately the Five of Earth. The High Priest reversed. And for you guys, two of these cards popped out. Now this situation is pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie, because the Five of Earth. What is going on ever since? Now, I'm so very sorry here, but right now I'm not in Gemini mode, so I'm not really sure what 2022 minus 5 equals, so going back 5 years from now. Ever since then, your life was this, a storm. First, it began as a personal storm, losses. You might have lost home, finances, all of your possessions, maybe even a body part, as in an operation, a piece of living tissue was taken out, something happened to you, and it just doesn't want to stop. It stopped personally, your life is maybe rebuilt, but now the external storm, as in society, finances, social structure, social security, everything that it doesn't depend on government, healthcare system, everything that is 3D. That's such a huge storm that even with your life and everything rebuilt, you're still having to, stay in your shelter and wait until the storm, until the chaos passes. But the high priest reversed. This is where a lot has happened in your life, don't get me wrong, and this, the shelter and how you survived your personal storm and all that was, don't get me wrong, all miracle. Like, all miracle. It was profoundly transformative, and the reason why you don't even see this as doom and gloom is because whatever this period has taught you is that you can be as poor, as ill, as disadvantaged, as whatever you want to hold against yourself as possible, because you were at the extreme end. You were the proper victim who had no one to help, not even charity, nothing. And you did more than fine. As in, you were so strong that the way you felt 5 years ago was like an ant having to carry a whole loaf of bread instead of a big breadcrumb. But the way it really felt like the ant was marching with the loaf of bread on his back, or however you call it. It was marching, it was like doing it. And that's why right now you see both of this. You see also how hard it was, but you see your true strength. And where this going, none of it matters. The spiritual part doesn't matter. The divine part doesn't matter. The magical part doesn't matter. Nothing really matters anymore because you had enough. Like, that's it. You don't care. You don't even want to be okay now. This is where the best thing you can think of, move where there's no civilization. But this is where, yes, you see, you wanna await, you wanna leave behind all the broken cups, broken heart, broken dreams, broken everything, but it's reversed. You can't, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide, and this is all you have, the Son of Wands. Your will, your sheer will, but not the will of an adult, the inner child. Because the inner child is the strongest component of your being. It helped you survive anything by internally taking life, treating life as a game. And this is how you survive the impossible. So this doesn't help you in a way because the high priest's reverse. You don't care about the divine anymore. Genuinely. This is where everyone's time up. Your time is up, the divine's time is up. So you don't care about the fact that you were triumphant, that you accomplished the task of Hercules, and that the past 5 years of your life were both a miracle and pure hell at the same time. Like, for example, let me give you an example. Writing your book would be sufficient. Sharing your story would be sufficient to make you not a bestseller, but to get you ends meet. The Chariot and the Knight of Wands. This is where, it's blocked and it's chaos and it's all of that, but you can't stay in your shelter anymore. You are strong enough for the storm not to defeat you because of the personal situation the personal healing and all of that, but the world around you is so chaotic that no, you're not very, very confident. That is why exactly the Son of Wands. Yeah, you know you have to leave your shelter, but are you truly ready? The Hangman and the Six of Pentacles. This is where you have some kind of feeling that you're not gonna be helped. You might feel that you are dying inside of the cocoon. You might feeling that your metamorphosis is complete, but you don't have enough strength to break the cocoon from the inside out, so you're gonna suffocate and die there. Symbolically, of course, not physically in any way, it's just symbolically, as in your state, your hope and dream. And the Four of Swords reversed, you're totally alone. You might have a lot of people in your life, no problem, and you might love them and they love you. You can't trust anyone with this. And unfortunately, the guidance part right now isn't working very well, because the universe just, look, it refuses to help you any further. But I still need to give you an advice, so I'm not gonna leave it like that. And the universe again insists, Queen of Swords, I cannot give you an advice because you know what you have to do, and the universe won't even allow me to confirm verbally that which you already feel and know. You know what to do, and just go and do it. The universe refuses to give you guidance right now, live, as in my cards are just telling me, all the cards are telling me, you already know, you already know, you already know, and just swallow it. You just need bravery and you'll be fine. And weirdly, you're afraid of leaving your shelter and you have to leave it. And the only reason why you don't have confidence is because you're a bit upset at the divine because it didn't make it easy for you. Yet it's still already your path is paved already for you, so you're gonna be okay. This is all I can help you. So thank you everyone for listening. Thank you Pile 3. Thank you all Piles. And if you'd like to support my work and what I do, you can donate on the PayPal link in the description below. With this being said, wishing everyone a blessed weekend.